What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another episode of Bitch I Can't. The headlines in the world right now are terrifying. They are fucked up. America is so ghetto right now. It's literally like I just can't. So what I've done, because I know I need it and I know you need it, I've pulled some wild articles that we can kind of dissociate together with and, not talk about how our country is burning to the fucking ground right now. Another thing about these articles is that I actually haven't read them yet, so I'll be reading them in real time with you. But yeah, without further ado, let's dive into these fucking articles. So the first one we have here is a man is accused of setting fires to kill spiders, then fleeing as the blaze spread to neighbors' homes in Poconos. What? Poconos Pines, Pennsylvania? I've never heard of Poconos Pines. This article is from WFMZ.com. And it says here, police say that a man who intentionally set multiple fires inside of his townhouse fled the scene after the blaze spread and engulfed several connected units. Bitch, you're in a fucking townhouse setting a fire inside your home? Like, listen, you shouldn't be setting fires in your home in general. But if you do so, and you live in an individual single home, do what you want. Like, you bought it. Do what the fuck you want. But doing that in a townhouse is a different level of unhinged that I can't deal with. And I don't know why I'm doing this with my fingers. I do weird stuff when I talk on the podcast, but I never record it. So here we are. So police say the fire originated at 616 Uncas Lane, but it consumed 3 other connecting townhomes. Now, upon arrival, police spoke with a witness who had observed the owner of this unit setting small fires in his townhome throughout the day. Which, excuse me, what? So apparently this guy said that he needed to kill the spiders that were in his home, according to the witness. And he said he had a smoldering fire going on the floor, and then he placed his love seat on top of the fire. The witness stated he kept putting the fires out, but the man kept relighting them. This man fled the scene in a U-Haul truck, according to the release. He is now wanted on charges of arson, causing or risking a catastrophe, criminal mischief, and recklessly endangering another person, and is considered a fugitive. Ooh. Don't come over here. This is wild, sir. What? I mean, I guess they can't tell if he's on drugs because they haven't caught him yet. Have they caught him? Let me look this up. Have they caught this man? When was this? Sean McDermott. Let's see. Fires. Child, I can't find anything. I think this man is still on the loose. Let me shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna say, I'm not too much on him because I'm not gonna have him pop up on me. But setting fires in a townhome, inside your townhome, is crazy. Okay, and the next article is from The Independent, and it says here, a North Carolina man broke into Little Caesars after closing and started making and selling pizzas. Excuse me? A 41-year-old man in North Carolina named Jonathan Hackett, apparently he was arrested after breaking into the Little Caesars where he used to work. I guess during the first break-in, he went inside after hours, made pizzas, sold them to customers, and kept the money for himself. Now, he would have gotten away with this, but he tried to do it again at a separate occasion, but this time, employees were there, and they got into a physical fight with him, and he was treated at a hospital and then arrested, which if you look up the picture they have of him, he got his block knocked off. Now, the police say he faces multiple charges, including felony breaking and entering, theft-related charges, and violating a city curfew that had been put in place due to a snowstorm. Now, authorities haven't said how many pizzas he made or how much money he earned. But I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not that mad. I'm not that mad. Like, okay, sure, like, I'm not gonna say I'm advocating breaking the law here, but it's not like it was a mom and pop's pizza shop, where, it would have really hurt their pockets. It's Little Caesars. It's a huge fucking chain run by fucking millionaires. So, I mean, the fact that he got away with it, I feel like that's one of those things that, like, once you do it, you just you gotta drop it. Like, you're never gonna get away with that twice. If you do it once and it all goes smooth, you kind of gotta just fall back and just brag about it, right? Be like, God, I can't believe I got away with that. But you can't do it a second time because you're never gonna get away with it a second time. But good on him. And I would love to know how much money he made and how many pizzas he made. That's awesome. And it also goes to show you, one man was running the Little Caesars. Good for him. Good for him. I mean, not good for him because now he's facing multiple charges, but I mean, I'm not that mad at this crime. Okay, so the next article comes from NewJersey.com. So apparently a 38-year-old guy named Vishal Bhatt led police on a high-speed chase after officers showed up to check on him following a strange phone call about a traffic ticket. When he saw the officers, he sped off, ran a stop sign, and drove recklessly, at one point almost hitting another vehicle. Because it was too dangerous, police called off the chase, but they were still able to identify him. Now, the wild part is that after he got away, he called the police multiple times to brag about escaping them. Now, that didn't last long. The officers were able to track him down the next day, and he was arrested. And now he faces a long list of charges, including eluding police and numerous traffic violations like reckless driving, failing to stop, and not having a license or insurance. Sir, another case of just, you get away with the crime, shut up. He got away with it and then called back to brag, which, I'm sorry, something's got to be wrong. Like, there's an issue there. Like, something's not, the math isn't mathing there. Something's a little off there for him to have called them and brag about it. But he would have gotten away with this, police chase, but he called them to brag, which, can't make this shit up. Now, the next article comes from Fox 13 Tampa Bay News. Shout out to my hometown. Apparently, the headline says here, Florida meat thief tosses $4,000 of stolen steaks after catching his girlfriend cooking with another man. So a 30-year-old man named Giannis, he was arrested after stealing nearly $4,000 worth of meat from two Publix grocery stores in Palm Coast, all within about 20 minutes. Now, surveillance footage showed him taking large amounts of beef, pork, and lamb and leaving without paying. After the theft, he drove to his girlfriend's house, but when he got there, he found her cooking with another man. Now, according to the deputies, that upset him so much that he threw away most of the stolen meat instead of keeping it. Police later identified and arrested him, and he now faces felony retail theft charges and is being held in a $5,000 bond, and he has an immigration hold placed on him as well. Yikes. Sir, so in addition to an arrest, sir, now you have an ICE case too. This is nuts. He could be deported back to Cuba, which, girl, this is crazy. All over some steaks. That's nuts. Also, $4,000 worth of steaks is a lot of steaks. Like, I know grocery prices are high, but $4,000 worth of steaks and you threw it away because you saw her with another man? That's actually nuts. That's crazy to me. And what were they doing? They were cooking together. Like, was it her ex? There's so many questions I have about this story. But either way, sir, damn. All right, so this next story is pretty crazy. So a real estate professional in British Columbia got in trouble after he was required to take a mandatory continuing education course on ethics. But instead of attending himself, he sent a family member to impersonate him. This is rich. Now, the course was specifically about ethics and trust, which, that just makes this even better. So the regulator started looking into it, and he didn't come clean right away. Instead, he lied and gave multiple excuses about why he couldn't attend and tried to cover up what had actually happened. But eventually the truth came out. I guess it was an online course, and they looked at the video of the person that was there, and it did not match his photo. So apparently his real estate license was canceled, which is absolutely crazy. Okay, so these articles we've covered thus far have been very mild. This one takes the fucking cake. So this is according to ABC News. A Kentucky man covered in fur was arrested after allegedly being caught having sex with a deer. Okay, so this Kentucky man was arrested after he was engaging in sexual activity with a dead deer. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Okay. Now, according to the Central City Police Department, they said that a man was driving through the area when he noticed another man allegedly engaged in sexual intercourse with a deer on the side of the fucking road. When law enforcement arrived on the scene, they reportedly found this man covered in deer fur and blood. He was arrested and charged with sexual crimes against animals, and he was taken to the Muhlenberg County Detention Center where he's being held. What? Sir, well, it's rare that I'm speechless. Can you imagine driving down the road and you see some man on the side of the road fucking a dead deer? I don't have the words. I'm just gonna move on to the next article because I don't have the words. And because I just can't, let's move on to the next fucking article, please. So we're going on to KBTX.com, this news station. And the headline here is paramedic faces charges after allegedly urinating on his supervisor's desk and in a pot of chili at work. I know you fucking lying. A paramedic? Really? A paramedic in Maryland is facing 24 criminal charges. So Christopher, I can't talk. A paramedic in Maryland is facing 24 charges. His name is Christopher Carroll. I can't talk. So a paramedic in Maryland named Christopher Carroll has been, So this paramedic in Maryland named Christopher Carroll has been accused of urinating in various places in his workplace, including in a refrigerator and a pot of chili. He is facing 24 criminal charges. It says here, everyone wants to know why. I don't have the ability to answer that right now. That's what his defense attorney has said during his court hearing. So this guy's 36 years old, and he's now been suspended as a paramedic for the Baltimore County Fire Department. He's accused of filming himself at work while in uniform, purposely leaving his bodily fluids, including urine, all over the workplace. What do you mean, including urine? What other bodily fluids were there? And he videotaped himself? Investigators said locations included his supervisor's keyboard, a refrigerated communal coffee creamer, at the public safety building, oh my god, and in the large ice maker. What? At a fire station in Pikesville. He was doing this all over the place. Prosecutors say he urinated into the ice, wiped on a scoop, and then used the scoop to mix the urine throughout the ice in the ice maker before giving it a thumbs up gesture to the fucking camera. Nope, these people are unwell. I'm sorry. We are not okay. What? Now in court, his defense argued that he has no criminal record and that he self-surrendered earlier in the week after his father drove him down to turn himself in. Now, his father didn't want to talk about the 23 criminal charges and the long list of additional allegations that came out during the bail hearing. Now, the state said there is more video showing him also contaminating a carton of orange juice, hand soap in the bathroom, someone's chapstick, a can of vegetables, an air conditioner vent in the firehouse, and a can of scented room spray in his doctor's office waiting room. I'm so shook. Prosecutors also claim he filmed himself and posted the videos online in an effort to make money selling them on a subscription website. Hold on. So this man pissed and probably shit or whatever he did with other bodily fluids. They said maybe he just jerked off or peed in all these various places, in all these people's shit, across multiple locations. And he did this shit for OnlyFans? Are you? And he's the big age of 36 years old. Like, this is not like a kid. This is so sick. This is so sick. I'm sorry. This is so sick. It's so sick. I literally am like running out of the fucking words to even... Ma'am, we're not okay. I need everyone to go outside and touch some grass. I need people to be on prescription medications. I need people to be in their therapist's offices. We got to figure something out, because between the guy fucking the goddamn dead deer and this guy fucking pissing in somebody's goddamn chapstick, for you to piss in hand soap, Satan, prison, honey, put him under the jail. This, next level. All right, this next article is from CBS 12 News. It says a Florida inmate's sexy porta potty break at jail barbecue lands him in a new felony charge. Excuse me? This is in Vero Beach, Florida. So what was supposed to be a routine jail barbecue assignment turned into a not-so-great escape plan for one Indian River County inmate. So this 26-year-old guy is now facing a new felony charge of trying to escape prison because during the jail event, he wandered off to a porta potty and had sex with some woman in the fucking porta potty. So I guess this guy had been assigned to help serve food at a jail barbecue event when things took a detour. They said surveillance video caught him leaving his food serving duties, walking behind a boat display near the porta potties and speaking to two women, and then one of the women was seen entering the porta potty with him moments later. When questioned, he allegedly admitted to having sex with a woman in the porta potty and even told deputies to look at the video. Now, investigators have identified the woman as a former inmate as well after reviewing camera footage and compared it to booking photos. Now, he has been charged now with 1 count of prisoner escape or attempted escape under Florida Statute 944.40 and is being held without bond. Bro, I mean, was it worth it? I mean, I guess it depends on how long he was in jail, right? How long was he already sentenced? Like, if he had like 20 years in jail, I mean, he's probably like, what's an extra however many they're going to throw onto his sentence? At least he got some strange. I mean, maybe he just needed to. I don't know. The sex was consensual, so like, I don't really think it's a big deal. What I think I'm more concerned, or not concerned, but just surprised by, is we do jail barbecue events. That is kind of lit. And they let other inmates, work the food line. Go off. I mean, okay. I don't know. I'm not that upset about this one, to be honest. It's kind of how I feel about Little Caesars guy. Like, it is what it is. Okay, this next article is literally nuts. Now, this one is from CBSNews.com. It says here, a suspect using Google Translate app tried to rob an Ecuadorian restaurant in New Jersey. Bro. So a man in Newark, New Jersey tried to rob this Ecuadorian restaurant by using Google Translate on his phone to communicate the robbery. I guess he didn't speak Spanish. He walked in, ordered a coffee, and then used the app to translate a message telling the cashier that he would shoot her if she didn't open the register. Well, instead of complying, the cashier ran, which, bitch, same. A suspect then tried to pull the cash register out himself, but he couldn't. So he got frustrated, he threw his coffee and fled the scene without any money. Now, police say the man is still on the run. Oh, let me chill out. He's still out here. He's still on the run, and nobody was physically hurt. But he tried to use Google Translate, and the lady was like, bitch, I'm out. Which honestly, if we're going to look at this thing, as the glass half full, this is saying Google Translate really does work, because what the fuck he said had this lady running, honey, like Sha'Carri Richardson. She was zoom, 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 make my heart go boom, boom. She was out. So Google Translate, I mean, this could be a commercial for you. This makes me want to go use Google Translate, because I mean, apparently the shit works. All right, and on to the last article of this episode. It's from, KTVU, a Fox network. Comedy club owner with terminal cancer guns down ex-in-law and hunts his ex-wife before turning up dead himself. So the 61-year-old guy named Matthew Thomas Becker, there was this manhunt for him after he killed his former father-in-law and attempted to murder his ex-wife on Saturday, March 14th. Oh my God. So he was reportedly a suspect in the killing, and he faced first-degree murder and third-degree assault charges after he attempted to shoot his ex-wife outside of her hair salon on Saturday morning. He then went to a nearby residence and shot up her dad. Oh God. His ex-wife told police that he appeared next to her in a vehicle as she was arriving at work before exiting his car and shooting at her as she tried to unlock the door to her business. Oh my God, the woman was reportedly able to hide from him and then quickly called 911 to tell police she feared for her father's safety. So after her 911 call, police went to her home and they found that her father had been shot. His body was discovered by friends minutes before police arrived at the home. They said his friends were waiting to meet up with him and they went inside the residence, but because he hadn't come out yet, and they said they discovered his body and then they called the police. That is so fucked up. Now, this guy's ex-wife, she added that she did not know he had returned to Alaska after moving to Arizona following their divorce. Now, the shooting sparked a manhunt in the area, with the investigation coming to an abrupt end when he was found dead in a wooded area on Sunday. Now, his body was discovered by authorities in the woods at around 10:30 a.m. Officials are still working to determine his cause and manner of death. Now, his brother reported that he had been recently diagnosed with terminal cancer. Bitch, so you are diagnosed with cancer and you decide you're gonna go kill people? Like, that's what you want to do in your final hours? Really? Really? I have heard of like a bucket list. But killing your ex-wife should not be on it. That is crazy. And rest in peace to her father, who just happened to be caught up in the middle of this shit. Bro, that's nuts. I literally have never heard of anybody with terminal cancer being like, I'm going on a killing spree. Sir, what you're supposed to do is, go bungee jumping. Go take that trip to that place that you've never been. Max out your credit cards. What's that movie with Queen Latifah? The Last Holiday? You're supposed to do the Queen Latifah thing on The Last Holiday, honey. Max out your card. Take out your loan. Go stay in the fancy hotel. Going to hunt down your ex-wife to kill her is absolutely nuts. And what's even more crazy is he owned a comedy club called Chuckleheads. Y'all, listen, they say that the funny people are the ones you gotta watch out for. I mean, listen, they got a lot of things going on sometimes. Sometimes these comedians are really in dark places sometimes. So this is fucking crazy. All right, guys, well, thank you for tuning into this mini episode. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. You are the shit. Make sure you're following me. You know how to find me on Instagram at Bitch I Can't Podcast. On TikTok, it's at Bitch I Can't Podcast on TikTok too. Y'all, listen. I have a boycott fatigue. I'm not boycotting shit else right now. Like, it's just too much. I'm back on TikTok. I said, listen, if the world's going to end, I'm going out with a wig on, having a good time, dancing on TikTok, doing some damn, TikTok dances, honey. What was that thing the kids do now with the little... I'm going out on TikTok. I'm not going to go out not laughing. So I'm back on TikTok. So follow me there. Reddit, it's I Can't Pod, I believe. If you want to email me, if you have like long form communication you want to get to me, you can email me bicantpod@gmail.com. And yeah, guys, subscribe. I need to go on about my day. I'm low-key hungover. I tried to act grown yesterday on Sunday, and now my old ass needs to go have several seats. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will talk soon. Bye.